Alright guys, I'm back. Tomatin. It rhymes with satin. It even says it in the box and in the back of the bottle, so I'm not inventing this. Tomatin, about a year or so ago, the Miami Heat were back in the playoffs once again. And I encountered this for, well, not necessarily the 12, I'm sorry. I was looking for some vodka or some stuff like that. I was going to my mother-in-law's, and I had forgotten to bring some of the scotch I have in my bar. But then again, I collect a lot of them, so I didn't want to bring one of those bottles that I typically collect. So I decided to buy something different, something that I have never heard of. So I encountered this, the 12-year-old, of course, not the 18, and he was about $20. And I'm like, a single malt from the Highland, finished in Sherry Oloroso cask, 12 years old for $19.99. There's got to be something wrong here. So, you know, to eliminate, or at least to give it the benefit of the doubt, I should say, I went ahead and I purchased the bottle. I took it over there. I tried it the first time, and I wasn't really pleased with it. It was peppery. It was a little sour for my taste, considering that it was finished in Oloroso. And then as I was reading in their website, I found out that when they finish it in those Oloroso sherry casks, those casks have been aging whiskey for a long time. So it's not like it's being dumped in a sherry for a quick finish on a first fill sherry oak cask. But these casks are actually third and sometimes fourth fills, not first fill. So that will explain perhaps the lightness on the color, or I should say not as dark as some of the ones that are finished in Oloroso. Like some of the scotch, for instance, just from the top of my head, the Glenlivet XXV XS5 25-year-old Levitt, aged for about 23 years on bourbon cask, and then finished in first fill Oloroso, and believe me, it is dark, unlike this. But then again, I'm not here to talk about that. I just wanted to share that little story with you guys. But before I move on to the 18, the second dram I had of the 12, I started to grow on me. It was a little sweeter. I started to find the sherry. I was liking it. Then I had dinner. And then, of course, third dram was great, to say the least. To the point that the fourth and the fifth was great. I was like, let me get another bottle. And then I figured, why not get something older, perhaps a 15 or an 18. The 15 is only aged in American bourbon completely. No sherry influence whatsoever. However, this, as well as the 12, it is finished in Sherry Oloroso. Despite it's not first fill Sherry Oloroso casks, but nonetheless, you still pick up some of the sherry. I purchased this brand new, I think it was on Friday, last Friday, a week ago, to take over to Orlando, to the kids to Universal Studio with the wife, whatever, visit my brother, my father. And I normally don't review anything that's been open like this. I typically, open it for you guys, brand new. But that wasn't the case. My brother and I didn't find the time to do a review for some stupid reason. We just didn't do one. Even though we had planned on doing a review for you guys. But here it is. I brought it back. This is what's left. And without any further ado, I love this stuff. Perfect. I love the cork. Really tight. What else can I say about it? I think I already talked a lot of crap about it. So, sherry finished, light sherry finish. There's some spiced fruits in here. I don't know. I grew up in the Caribbean eating a lot of fruits, but I don't recall any of these smells on any of the fruits that I had there. But nonetheless, there's fruits here, and there's some sour, or I should say bitterness, in the background, and I can't place it. And I couldn't place it last week as I was nosing it either. But there's definitely sherry here. There's definitely a floral and fruity smell to it. It's like lemony. It's not quite. It's not orange. It's like lemony, like lemon peel, if you will. Maybe like not red apple, like green apple. Yeah, it's like green apple. There's something there that doesn't allow you to really enjoy the sweetness of it. But it's not a bad thing. It's just different. It's different. Oh, by the way, I paid $60 for this. 46% alcohol by volume. Non-chill filter. Natural color. I mean, is there something wrong with this product? 18 years of age. Finish in Oloroso. Non-chill filter. 46% ABV. $60? But come on. Macallan this age is $200. I just saw it today. $199. Lafroy this year with this age statement, $100. Glenlivet, $110. Glenfiddich this age about $90, $100. What else? Avalor, 18, $90. What else do I have there? Yamasaki, 18, $150. Glendronach, 18, $130. I mean, what else do I have? I have a lot of 18 years old. And this is $60. I mean, this is half of what, or a third of what I've paid on some of those bottles. And I haven't found a single video on this. It's like, it's non-existent. People don't know about it. Or if they do, they don't want to take a leap of faith, if you will, and buy the bottle. But you know what? It's really enjoyable. And I'm going to take a sip now. It's a little bitter, but then it turns into sweet, some sort of like sour sweet, maybe. And then you pick up the sherry at the end, and it's not milk chocolate. There's dark chocolate, but it's back there. You really have to like roll your tongue inside your mouth and play with it to be able to pick it up. As I was drinking more and more, I discovered that there's also peanuts, maybe a little bit of cashews. I think it was almond what I picked up. It overall, I even asked my brother, listen, you know, after I describe this thing and give you the specs of it, 1 through 10, what's your grading scale here? Between 1 and 10, what will you rate this? He gave me a solid 7. I thought it was going to give me less than that because I like it more than he does. And I was going to give it a 7. I will say 7.5. But if you factor in price, age statement, the way it was finished, I mean, this is great stuff. It's not your typical sweet Macallan or maybe Avalor or Glendronach with its famous, PX aging or maturation, if you will. It's different. The 12 is not as good as this. In some cases, there's 12 years old. Like I would much rather have a Macallan 12-year-old Sherry Oak than a Macallan 17-year-old Fine Oak. But this is not the case. This is definitely, in my opinion, better than the 12. And you know what, guys? Go to the liquor store and get yourself 2. You're gonna spend about $80 in 2 single malts, a 12-year-old and an 18-year-old, both finished in Oloroso casks. I mean, I know that some of you are probably gonna think, oh, I'd rather go with quality and get me a Glenfiddich 18-year-old for like $85. But you know what? Guess what? You're going back to what you've had in the past, which is like comfort food. I'm talking about for the same price you could buy one 18-year-old, you could purchase 2, a 12 and an 18, and have fun with it, explore it. Compare them. In fact, I was going to bring another 12 just to compare with this, Because I just saw it again when I went to pick up some of this doers and some of the stuff I got today, just this afternoon. I was going to bring a 12 just to compare, just for the heck of it. Because I've had the 12 and I liked it, and it drove me to this. So, anyhow, I don't work for these people. I'm not trying to sell your products, so I don't think that I'm pushing here or getting a commission out of it. But just for your understanding, I mean, look at it. 18, finishing Oloroso, $60, non-chill filter, natural color, 46% ABV. Come on. Ooh. Oh, this is great. And this is why this bottle is at this level. Because I have fun with this. Oh, I did something new. I dumped this on the rocks also. And prior to the rocks, I put a little bit of water in it too, which I'm not doing right now. You know what? Fuck it. Let's put a little more and see what else I pick up, because I was mixing with some of the stuff in Orlando when I was putting water in and dropping ice here. So I'm going to give you a full spectrum of this. See, now it got mellow. It got warm. I don't know why it got warm, because the water is cold. But the viscosity, it's a little less now. I'm not smelling anything now. It's like the water turned it off. Oh wow. That bitterness that I was telling you earlier, almost gone. It went from like 10 being the worst bitter on the list to about 2. It's like almost completely gone. It's like there's no honey, but there's a sweetness there. And I don't know, it's like churro, maybe? I don't know. Brown sugar, but very light. It maybe has something to do with that second, third, fourth fill finish with the Oloroso. Anyhow, I ain't going to make this any longer. I really like this product. Will I buy another one? Heck yeah. If I'm going to a party and I need to take something with an age statement like this, I'll take this. As opposed to spending $140 or something on another 18-year-old. And look, it comes in a little box. It gives you some notes here. See, aroma. Look what it says. Aroma. Delicious sweet sherry burst upon you. Yeah, but not necessarily that aggressive. It's palatable with undertones of fresh apples. See, I picked up the apples, but they weren't red, they were like green. Cinnamon, vanilla, not too much vanilla, at least I wasn't detecting that. Maple syrup, I'm not sure about that. And a hint of smoky heather. Yeah, maybe the heather, but no smoke at all. Okay, on the palate, sweet and honey at first, which that wasn't the case. I was picking up the bitterness with an oaky edge. Develops in the mouth with a bite of citrus, but no orange, definitely a little lime or lemon, and a hint of dark chocolate. That I picked up, the dark chocolate, and it has to do with the bitterness. Finish, long, sweet, and slightly dry. It is a little dry, and it is definitely long. Fellas, this product is good. You know what? See if you can find it. Believe me, you're going to like it, okay? Drop me a line, and I'll be more than glad to chat with you, all right?